Hi, Esther Goldberg, clinical and educational psychologist on ADHD and personality. I said before on a lighter note that ADHD is hereditary. We get it from our children. Many parents understand they have ADHD after their children have been diagnosed. I want to read to you a post that summarizes the words of a mother and illustrates just how much attention difficulties continue to influence us even as adults, and how much understanding and awareness enable us to perceive past experiences differently and retell our narrative. They enable us as adults to understand the weight of the past, which would otherwise inexplicably burden us, and to retell our life story. So this is what she writes. Ever since I was a child, I could tell there was something different about me. I could not point out what it was exactly. My friends were always focused, knew what was in, who to hang out with, where to be, and what to wear. I relied on a good friend and followed her blindly because that is what my intuition told me I should do. The most common sentence back then was, "Your daughter has potential." A very frustrating sentence, particularly because I was raised by parents who always told me that you can be anything you want, and they were disappointed I did not reach the heavens. They did not understand that what I achieved took much more out of me than it did from others, because I was really nothing like them. I blossomed in the army of all places because that is where my leadership skill was revealed. In basic training, I became the class queen, but even there, my nickname was astronaut. During this time, I underwent a severe crisis which ruined the whole experience, and I just carried on with my life. I found it very hard to study, and I underwent a diagnosis just to make sure that I was not an idiot. That was when I discovered I had ADHD. I coped with it for years. Recently, I began participating in a workshop for children with attention disorders. I've tried to find tools that will enable me to help my son. Throughout the workshop, I have learned about myself, my understanding, and my continual awareness of the issue grows. I find myself asking more, relying more on external help and advice, but also feeling greater frustration at how the people around me manage themselves and their lives so easily while nothing comes naturally to me. One of the most difficult things for me is communication. I can express myself, but sometimes I say things in a way that seems to be natural and logical, but which is not totally understood by other people. I can apologize once, twice, but no more. I'm beginning to lose my confidence. I'm afraid to fight for what matters to me, to not be too aggressive. I'm afraid of saying what I think in order to not be considered cynical. I'm scared. I would like to hear from others if they too are familiar with this experience and acquire any tips they may have for dealing with the situation. I don't always have someone available to edit my responses, especially when I need to respond immediately, and this is truly frustrating because I am technically challenged. Thank you for those who managed to read this post to the end. I invite you to share your experiences too. Thank you.